Hello, my name is Tyrae Robinson. How do you feel about the death penalty? I feel that the death penalty is uncivilized in theory, unfair, and inequitable in practice. So today I ask you to listen with an open mind while we discuss some of the problems associated with the use of lethal injection/death penalty, and a plan that will go a long way towards solving those problems. What would it accomplish to give someone a death penalty? It is useless in that it doesn't bring the victim back to life. I am against the death penalty. I have strong religious reasons to why I oppose against the death penalty. According to Edward Braxton, because the Catholic Church believes that all lives matter from conception to natural death, the Catholic community has been deeply involved in efforts to argue forcefully in the public square in defense of developing human life in the womb and in increasing its opposition to the death penalty. The Black Lives Matter movement will generally agree with the Church's concern about the death penalty, which is imposed disproportionately on offenders who are poor, people of color, and lack adequate legal representation. I believe the death penalty is true, regardless of the crime and the person who committed the crime. Even though the death penalty results from crimes that are capital crimes, I just don't think it's neither fair nor moral. It will cost more to execute a person than to keep him in prison for life. The death penalty is an expression of the absolute power of the state. The abolition of that penalty is much needed to put on government power. I feel as if two wrongs don't make a right. So with that being said, the state should not give itself the right to kill human beings. Most Americans don't seem to have a clear sense of the deterrent effects of the death penalty. It sends the wrong message. Why kill people who kill people? To show killing is wrong. It is not a solution to the problem. We as a society have to move away from the eye for an eye revenge mentality if civilization is to advance. At the end of the day, everyone is affected by the death penalty. The death penalty gives closure to victims' family who have suffered from the whole thing. But think about it. The criminal's family must suffer from seeing their loved ones put to death by the state. So all in all, it's a lose-lose situation. Now that we've seen the extent of the problem, what steps can we take to help bring about a solution? First, we can agree with Pfizer, who strongly objects to the use of this product as a lethal injection for capital punishment. According to Eric Ekholm, the pharmaceutical Pfizer announced on Friday that it had imposed sweeping controls on the distribution of its products to ensure that none are used in lethal injections, a step that closes off the last remaining open market of drugs used in its executions. Pfizer would consistently monitor the distribution of the 7 lethal products, act upon findings and reveal noncompliance, and modify policies when necessary to remain consistent with their stated position against the improper use of their products and lethal injections. Second, life in prison without the possibility of parole is a better option than the death penalty itself. The death penalty costs more, delivers less, and puts innocent lives at risk. According to the American Civil Liberties Union, life without parole provides swift, severe, and certain punishment. It provides justice to survivors of murder victims and allows more resources to be invested into solving murders and preventing violence. There is no question that toting life without parole as a moral and cost-effective alternative to the death penalty has been successfully short-term strategy. Abolitionists might say in response that there are plenty of other reasons to support life without parole over the death penalty. It is less expensive, for example, which is true. Carrying out an execution costs at least twice as much, perhaps 5 times as much as sentencing a murder to death. According to ACLU, more than 200 innocent men and women have been freed from prison in California after it was discovered that they were wrongfully convicted. 3 of them were sentenced to die for the crime they did not commit. Simply put, the possibility of the state executing an innocent man or woman is enough reason to question the necessity of the death penalty when there is an alternative. Now I know all this may sound harsh, but the evidence is clear that if the death penalty gets abolished and changed to life without parole, it will save a significant number of lives. I believe life without parole designs the possibility of redemption every bit as much as strapping a murderer to the gurney and filling him or her with the poison. It is for these reasons that the death penalty needs to be abolished in the United States. Thank you everyone for listening. These are the death penalty beds, and this is the process they take. This is the medicine they use, and this is just a chart of different states. and one said that I can't feel my body burning while they were being executed. Thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Yes.